Chapter 6. Black Stash in Pursuit. "She's getting away," Black Stash bellowed. "Hurry up with Preston and Harbuckle and ready those barrels." "Aye, Captain," came a shout from below. Through his glass, Black Stash saw the Wasp's gleaming black hull race for the horizon, cutting a foaming wake in the deep blue-green of the ocean. Black Stash had never seen a ship sail like that. He knew now that he no longer wanted only the Wasp's treasure. He wanted the Wasp herself. He'd strip her flag and fly his own on her mast. "What flag should we be flying, Captain?" First Mate Smee leaned his bulging belly over the open chest of flags captured from the ships the Sea Devil had scuttled. "Let's make it something colorful," said Black Stash. "The Union Jack would do just fine, eh? She'd like that, wouldn't she? Kissing cousins." Black Stash liked the British flag. He had a dozen or more in his collection and felt especially proud when he sank a ship belonging to the Queen. Black Stash had no love for the Queen, no love for women of any sort, except for his ma. He had a real soft spot for his ma and was truly sorry for the time that he'd marooned her. What's the delay down there?" Black Stash thundered. On the main deck, several men were tying a fat crewman's ankles to his wrists behind his back, so he looked like a rocking horse. A gag covered the man's mouth, or he would have been heard screaming for his life. The Union Jack was run up the Sea Devil's mainmast and snapped loudly in the wind. Black Stash held the glass to his eye again, watching the retreating Wasp getting farther away each minute. "How do you plan to take her?" said Smee, grinning. "Fire?" One of Black Stash's many tricks was to sail close to another ship at night and, using a smoking barrel of tar, make it appear the Sea Devil had caught fire. His prey would turn and come to help, only to be rewarded for this act of mercy by being attacked. But Black Stash knew that even if he could get the Sea Devil close, the Wasp's captain, Scott, was too experienced to fall for that ploy. "We'll have to think of something better than that," Black Stash said. "The broken mast trick?" Smee slapped his leg. "I love the broken mast trick, Captain." Black Stash snorted. "She's carrying the richest treasure ever taken to sea," he said. "She won't fall for the broken mast." Below, the crew had finished hog-tying the first man and had started on a second, also a portly fellow. He looked just as terrified, his cries muffled by a gag. Black Stash smiled. He loved other people's misery. "Captain," said Smee, very timidly, "why are they tying up Preston and Harbuckle?" Preston and Harbuckle were both very good sailors, and Black Stash seemed to be preparing to toss them overboard for no good reason. Black Stash spat a gob onto Smee's bare foot. "Smee," he said, "I've decided we're going to take Wasp the old-fashioned way." "Sir? I mean without cheating," said Black Stash. "Without cheating, sir?" Smee said, shocked. Black Stash always cheated. "Not this time," said Black Stash. "Captain Scott won't stop the Wasp for no trickery. We got to pure run her down, Smee." "But how, Captain?" said Smee. "Are we going to use the ladies?" Black Stash shot Smee a look of contempt, which sent a chill down Smee's spine. "You idiot," the captain sneered. "We can't use the ladies on this heading. We've got to get a beam of the Wasp, then turn downwind. Then we raise the ladies and run her down." "But Captain," Smee said timidly, "how do we get a beam of her? She's fast as the wind and pulling away." "Yes," said Black Stash, "we need more speed, and that means we need to get rid of some weight. So I've ordered the crew to throw most of our water overboard." He pointed toward the stern. Smee turned and saw crewmen lolling heavy wooden barrels toward the rail and heaving them over the side. Smee gasped. Even for Black Stash, this was insane. At sea, there was nothing more precious than water. Nothing. Not even rum. Nobody ever threw water away. "Captain," Smee sputtered. "Sir, we can't. Smee," said Blackstash, savoring his own malignant brilliance. Water is heavy, right? Yes, Captain, and we'll run faster without the weight, right? Yes, Captain, and if we run faster, we'll have a better chance of catching the wasp, right? I suppose so, Captain, and when we reach the wasp, we'll have the wasp's water now, won't we? Smee fell silent now, finally grasping the lunatic plan. Don't you see, said Blackstash, it's a carrot for the other men. They know we're carrying just enough water for a few days, so they know we have to catch the wasp in that time, or they die of thirst. Isn't it a fine plan, Mr. Smee? Insane, thought Smee. But what he said was, aye, Captain, brilliant. Of course it's brilliant, said Blackstash, and to make it even more brilliant, I'm going to give the crew another carrot. Another one, Captain? Smee did not like the sound of that at all. Yes, said Blackstash, admiring his own genius. Smee, aside from water, cannon, and cargo, what are the two heaviest things on the Sea Devil? Smee thought for a moment, then said, that would be Preston and Harborough. He looked down at the deck, where the two fat pirates had been hefted into the dory, which was now being lowered alongside the ship. You see, Smee, said Blackstash, this'll teach the men that they got to work hard. They must be worth their weight to me, Smee, or it's over the side. Smee looked down at his own belly. It was not a small belly. Blackstash caught the look and smiled broadly, showing his brown tooth stumps. He continued to smile as the dory, with its squirming and terrified passengers, was cut loose and quickly fell behind the Sea Devil, growing smaller by the minute, until it was gone, along with most of the Sea Devil's water. Good riddance, Blackstash growled, and he spat again, a major gob this time, hitting Smee's other foot. He turned to face the crew, now watching him warily. The dead weight is gone, men, he said. We're picking up speed. He gestured toward the dot on the horizon that was the Wasp. She's a fast ship, but we're going to be faster. We'd better be, because your water rations are gone in 3 days' time. So work hard, men. Work hard if you don't want to join those 2 bales of lard drifting astern. Blackstash glared at the crew, daring anyone to challenge him. His glare was met by a fearful silence. Good, said Blackstash. Now let's get more sail up. The pirates scurried into action as if their lives depended on it, which they did. Blackstash turned to Smee. I'll be in my cabin, he said. When I come back, I want that ship, he pointed to the distant Wasp, to be closer. If it's not, we'll have to toss some more weight over the side. He looked pointedly at Smee's belly, then turned and stalked off. Smee pushed the men hard all afternoon and ate no dinner that night.